Right now, the group one who will share screen. Let's start. This is your final presentation.
Okay, I can share.
So right now, every minute count, okay, from 11:03. No one talk.
All right, are we good to go? All right. So our presentation is on the sustainability of Tilly and Mensa Sondheim dining halls.
All right, so Tilly, it's technically Flynn, but it's called around campus Tilly. It's located on the west side of campus between RSU and Boyden. It's in Tillinghast Hall, which is where it gets the name Tilly. It's a buffet style dining hall, so you swipe in when you get there. It has 7 different stations which offer a variety of food options.
The different food options include a sandwich station, an international food station, a central area with a salad and fruit bar, an ice cream station, and a pizza and grill.
Hochschule Heilbronn has 2 campuses, each featuring its own canteen. This part of the presentation will highlight the canteen at Tech Campus Sondheim, which offers a weight-based pricing system. Students can choose their portion sizes, promoting flexibility and minimizing food waste. Next comes diverse meal options. The canteen offers a variety of meals, including vegetarian, vegan, plant-based options using fresh and locally sourced ingredients. Then comes student-friendly design. The canteen is easily accessible and designed for convenience. And during the summer, students can enjoy the meals on the outdoor terrace, providing a relaxing space to eat and socialize.
So for Tilly, the strengths, there are a ton of food options there. It has the most international food on campus. It has an ice cream station. It's the only side on West Campus that has ice cream. It has made to order sandwiches at the deli. It's also the only place with that on this side of campus. The greeter is Ivy, and she's awesome. The Simple Zone is for allergy-free choices. The only other place that has that is ECC, so that's on the other side of campus as well. And it's a very convenient location. It's near most of the classes, so very convenient for students.
And some weaknesses include the limited operating hours, the possibility for inconsistent food quality due to mass production, high costs for those who don't have meal swipes, and limited space, which can cause it to get crowded and the tables to be close together.
So for some of the opportunities of Tilly, they could collaborate more with students and have more events to increase engagement. They could also introduce more international food. They could extend the hours for late night dining options. They could add mobile ordering. They could expand marketing through social media like Instagram, and they could use more student feedback in surveys to improve the menus and the food they serve on a day-to-day basis.
The threats for Chili's are off-campus competition. Since we're in America, we have a lot of restaurants and fast food places in walking distance and also in close driving distance. On-campus competition is also a big thing. We have on the BSU, we have ECC, Bears Dining, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks. Supply chain issues are like a big threat too. Changing student preferences, negative reviews or student feedback, and high student expectations.
This slide shows the strengths and weaknesses of the Mensa at Tech Campus Sondheim. Strengths include a bright and modern atmosphere, a diverse buffet, as you can see in the picture, a weight-based pricing system, and a strong focus on vegetarian and vegan meals. A rare highlight is the climate-friendly power meal option, where you get a healthy vegan or vegetarian dish. On the downside, the canteen is only open from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and offers limited payment options. Now let's look at the opportunities and threats. Opportunities include extended opening hours, special event meals, and a better feedback system. A creative idea would be a loyalty card. For example, every 10th meal is free as a reward. Uh, this picture should represent how such a card should look like. Among the threats are rising costs and a shortage of skilled staff. Also, students tend to have high expectations and there is competition from external food options nearby.
This is our service blueprint for Tillinghat's Dining Hall. It shows the process that somebody would go through when they go to this dining hall, such as arriving, swiping in, finding a table to sit at, getting their food, their drinks, and the process of leaving. Shows the line of interaction and on-stage contact, such as being greeted by Ivy, the people who are making the food. Backstage contact includes cooking the food that's at the station and the people that wash the dishes. And then the support processes are swiping in the payment system and the system that tracks our food waste.
This slide presents the service blueprint of Mensa Sondheim. The process begins when the customer arrives at the Mensa and checks whether they have enough credit on their student ID card. This step is supported by the underlying cash system, which functions in the background. Next, the customer moves to the self-service station, where they select and serve their food. The meals offered here are prepared and cooked backstage by kitchen staff. After serving themselves, customers proceed to the weighing and payment station. Here they are greeted by a staff member who monitors the self-checkout process and ensures that everything is working smoothly. Once the food is paid for, the customer finds a seat and enjoys their meal. When the meal is finished, the dishes are returned via a conveyor system. In the background, the staff members collect and clean and prepare the dishes for the reuse.
So I'm gonna talk about some sustainability practice they're doing now. So Tilly works with local and small farms to bring fresh food to campus, and this supports local farmers and also helps the environment. They also offer plant-based, vegetarian, and vegan options, which they're better for the planet and give students more choices, better choices. There are nutrition allergen filters to help students pick the food that's right for them. They also use a buffet style system, so students can take only what they really need, which helps reduce food and packaging waste. There's also a dish return system where students return their plates and cups, and this also helps reduce trash and supports recycling. They use green containers, compostable forks and spoons, recycled napkins, and other eco-friendly materials. And finally, the dining area is in a central location, so students can walk there instead of driving, and this also helps reduce pollution.
Coming to the sustainability suggestions or chilies, one of them would be increase use of local and seasonal ingredients at stations, install water refill stations to reduce plastic bottles, expand plant-based proteins options, discount or loyalty points for students who bring reusable containers, cups, or utensils. Host a sustainability week with eco activities or offer interactive workshop on sustainable cooking. and display a real-time sustainability data on screen in the dining hall, like you can see on the picture in the bottom right.
Now the sustainability of Mensa Sondheim. So we can say the Mensa Sondheim is already actively engaged in sustainability. They produce food on site to reduce packaging and transport emissions and offer vegetarian one slide back. They produce food, right. They produce food on site to reduce packaging and transport emissions and offer vegetarian and vegan meals, including the rare power meal. There are also energy-saving technologies and reusable containers to reduce waste. And another aspect is that many ingredients are sourced regionally or fair trade. And now the sustainability suggestions for Mensa Sondheim. We also developed our own ideas to make the canteen even more sustainable. For example, a digital point system linked to the student ID cards, offering rewards such as discounts for sustainable behavior or CO2 labels on meals, combined with dynamic pricing systems.
After your inability to do schoolwork actually.
Don't get off the fucking computer, JP. What is
Other
wrong with
ideas
you?
include smart fridges for leftovers, similar to Too Good To Go, or sustainability challenges during themed weeks with rewards for students or charity. And also, we could use AI-based food planning to reduce overproduction and, of course, more plant-based options.
And these are the sources we use. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, so let's move to the group 2. Please unmute yourself and share screen.
We're about to share it.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Go to the first slide. Hello, we are Group 2, and we'll discuss the sustainability practices at BSU's Bear Done and HHN's Shopbox. Next.
Please go in presentation mode.
We're just working out how to put it on presentation mode.
Slideshow is a good choice.
You could press on slideshow.
Yeah.
It's not working.
It's not working?
It's not working, so we're just gonna move along. So in the past, Baird's Den was originally mainly for commuter students, but has since evolved to serve all students, faculty, and staff. It is located on West Campus and is open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. It is in a food court style dining with digital menus and mobile ordering. It has spacious seating with standard tables, high tops, and booths. The dining hall offers a variety of hot meals, refrigerated items, snacks, fruits, and also grocery items. There are vegan, gluten-free, and allergen-friendly menu options, and they also accept Connect card, cash, and debit cards, and as well as SNAP benefits. And I'll now pass it over to Hazul that will go over Shopbox's overview.
Dining hall from Germany is located in Heilbronn at the university campus. However, it is not a traditional dining hall like the BSN at the BSU. It's actually a fully automated 24/7 smart store called the Shopbox. This innovative concept offers a completely casual shopping experience. The Shopbox provides a selection of groceries, snacks, drinks, and daily essentials, ideal for quick and convenient access. To enter, users simply open the Shopbox app and scan a QR code at the entrance. Once inside, the customers can pick up the items they need and payment happens automatically. By connecting your bank account to the app, the system, which is powered by AI and sensors, it detects which products you take and charges you accordingly, without needing to scan anything manually.
I'll be going over the SWOT analysis for Bearzen. Strengths include diverse food options, offers a wide variety of dining choices. Integration with modern technology supports Grubhub for mobile orders or if you want to order ahead, and Starship for robot delivery. Comfortable seating, restaurant-style seating that's ideal for eating, socializing, or studying. Weaknesses include limited hours. Bearsden is closed over the weekends and closes at 7 p.m. during the week. Inconsistent quality. Food quality may vary depending on staff and shifts, and it can be crowded during peak hours. Long lines and limited seating during busy hours. Opportunities include extending operating hours. Staying open later on weekends could benefit students. Sustainability projects, getting students aware of the sustainability programs here at BSU, and loyalty rewards programs. We could offer free rewards like free drinks or free meals to frequent customers. Threats include competition from off-campus dining. Local restaurants or fast food may draw students away. Rising prices, higher food and tuition costs may push students to cook their own food, and technological reliance. Outages with Grubhub or computer systems could disrupt orders.
Let's now have a look at this quick SWOT analysis of the Shopbox. The strengths are the most obvious strength is that the Shopbox is available 24/7, which makes it perfect for students with irregular schedules. Its fully automated and cashless system means no waiting in lines, and the process is seamless with through the mobile app. However, the product range is quite limited compared to a normal supermarket. Like you won't find everything you need there and just the essentials. Another weakness is the high dependency on technology. Like if a system fails, for example, the AI camera system or the sensors, if they don't work properly, the whole store experience could be disrupted. Also, access is currently restricted to campus users only, which limits the target audience.
Let's now talk about the opportunities. One of its biggest opportunities is its scalability. This means that the concept isn't limited to just one location. It can easily be adapted and rolled out to the other campuses and institutions. Another advantage is the rapid pace of technological advancements. As new tech becomes available, the Shopbox can continue to improve its efficiency and user experience. There is also strong potential for partnerships, especially with universities and businesses. These collaborations can lead to better integration into campus life and expanded offerings. However, there are some threats to keep in mind. For example, technical issues or security risks could damage user trust, especially when it comes to payments or personal data. There is also increasing competition. Traditional stores are starting to adopt similar technologies, which could reduce Shopbox's unique appeal. And lastly, regulatory changes, particularly in data protection or retail laws, might require adjustments in how the Shopbox operates.
I got it. I'll next go over the service blueprint for Bearsden. First, we have physical evidence, so you can see through the windows. We have the menu display, which will then lead to deciding on what line to order. We have the checkout registers, and we have furniture, which could then lead you to sitting down. Next, we have customer actions. You arrive to the hall. Like I said before, decide on which line to order. You get the checkout registers to pay. You have the choice to sit down. That can then lead you to the cleaning staff, which also clean the tables and chairs where you sit, or you can choose to eat elsewhere. Crossing the line of interaction, we have the on-stage contact person, which is the server and chef, which could lead you to the starships if you choose to order food from there. Or next, we have the cashier, which could lead you to either sitting down or eating elsewhere. Crossing the line of visibility, we have the backstage contact person, which are the food preppers, which could lead to the server and the chef giving and preparing the food. We have the floor manager, and then we also have the cleaning staff. Crossing the line of internal interaction, we have the support process of Grubhub and the starships. And the Grubhub could lead you to the server and chef as well as the starships.
Now let's go on with the service blueprint of the shop box. The first physical evidence of the shop box is the large sign outside. And to enter, the customers scan their campus card, as I already said, at a small scanner by the door, which opens automatically. Once inside, customers browse and choose the products they want, and the smart AI camera system tracks both the person and the items selected. When finished, the customer presses a button at the exit, and the system processes the payment automatically. This is the so-called self-checkout process. An important point to mention is that there is no staff present at any point, like no cashiers and no assistants, only the physical environment and the support systems like the AI and sensors. Lastly, it's worth noting that the Shopbox does not offer any seating or dining area. So if you buy food, you'll need to eat it elsewhere, either outside or back in your dorm or your office.
Sustainability is a big focus for the Shopbox, aligning with the goals of the Sustainable Campus at Heilbronn. One initiative already in place is the connection to the community of practice for transformative skills for sustainability, helping promote responsible behavior across campus. The Shopbox uses energy-efficient technologies like modern cooling and vending systems. This helps reduce energy consumption and the environmental footprint of vending operations. To fight food waste, the Shopbox has already implemented the Too Good To Go program. It offers products that are near their expiry date at a lower price, so they don't go to waste.
These are some examples that Bearstone uses for sustainability right now. So they use an organized system of composting to put waste as a nutrient back into the environment. They use an organized system of recycling bins around Bearstone, so they recycle by waste, paper, and plastic and have a separate trash. They use locally sourced ingredients, so they're always using local farms and markets to know exactly where the resources are coming from. And with 7 different stations, they have many plant-based products and vegan options, which provides a wide variety of options to help reduce environmental impact.
All right, moving on to the sustainability suggestions.
No, it's my turn. Let's move on to our suggestions because there are also a few ideas for making the Shopbox even more sustainable. For example, we could use shelves and fixtures made from recycled materials to reduce resource consumption. Aside from that, switching to eco-friendly packaging made from renewable sources would also be a great step. Further improvements in energy efficiency, like installing LED lighting and optimizing cooling systems, could cut energy use even more. Finally, promoting customer awareness by displaying sustainability tips and product info can help users make more eco-conscious choices.
All right, and now finally moving on to the sustainability suggestions for BSU. So our first suggestion would be to use reusable plates and utensils within the dining hall to help reduce paper products. We'd also like to offer different portion sizes to help reduce waste by letting students decide on how hungry they feel, how much food they want. Our next suggestion would be to have more education for the students about the different options through information, posters, or flyers around the dining hall. And our last suggestion would be to use reusable takeout containers instead of paper containers, where either we offer them from the dining hall or students can bring their own.
Okay, so let's move to the next group. Group three, please start.
Can you see that all right?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Hi, I'm from Bridgewater State University, and this is our sustainability project. Okay. Bridgewater State University, we have around 10,000 students and 2 additional campuses outside of our main one in Bridgewater that are in Attleboro, Massachusetts and on Cape Cod, Massachusetts. We have a library that is called Maxwell Library, 4 dining halls, and 11 residence halls. And our school's mission statement is that BSU is an inclusive community dedicated to the lifelong success of all students, focused on the continuous improvement of its people, and responsible for leading innovation that benefits Southeastern Massachusetts, the Commonwealth, and the world.
Now I will tell you about the Bildungscampus in Heilbronn and the other campus locations. Around 8,000 students study at the Bildungscampus in Heilbronn. That makes it the biggest and the most important campus of Heilbronn University. There are also 3 more campuses, Sontheim Künzelsau and Schwäbisch Hall. Each one has different focus areas and study programs. A big highlight is the modern infrastructure at the Bildungscampus, for example, the Live Library. It has 6 floors and many study spaces for students. There's also a big cafeteria with lots of seats. Students can eat there, study there, or just talk to each other.
The dining hall that we chose to cover from BSU was the East Campus Commons Dining Hall, also known and commonly called the ECC. We have many food items to offer, including grilled to order items, pizza, sandwiches, a full salad bar, a baker's table that offers desserts and pastries, and a simple zone pantry that offers safe food choices that are free from 8 out of the 9 top food allergens. Our hours of operation are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., and Saturday through Sunday, 8:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. It accepts many forms of different types of payments, including meal plan swipes, dining dollars, flex dollars, cash, credit cards, and Apple Pay, and is also the biggest dining hall in Bridgewater State University and has the most diverse hours of operation.
The cafeteria at the Bildungscampus Heilbronn has a large indoor seating area and also a small outdoor area, which can be used then when the weather is nice. The food offer chart changes every day. There are different meals, including vegetarian and vegan options. There's also a salad bar, soups, desserts, snacks, and drinks. The cafeteria is open from Monday to Friday to 11 a.m. to 2:30. During semester breaks, the opening hours might be a little different. For payment, students can use their student ID card with credit, or they can pay with a debit or debit card. The cafeteria is more than just a place to eat.
The SWOT analysis is used to analyze an organization's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. ECC's strengths include a focus on sustainability that involves using recyclable containers and trayless dining. ECC's other strengths include a variety of food options, which is good for people with allergies or diet restrictions. They are open every day, which is good for students who commute and dine on campus. Their weaknesses include a lack of parking spots, which can be an issue for people who have classes on the west side of campus. They also aren't open past 8:30, which means if you want a late night snack, you'll have to go to a different dining hall. They have many opportunities that include menu diversity, extended hours, which start early as 7:30, so you can get breakfast there. And they have many feedback options and U-Cook stations that allows students to cook for themselves. The threats to ECC are the other dining halls that may offer more food options that ECC doesn't offer.
Let me start with a short SWOT analysis of the Mensa at Bildungscampus Heilbronn. In terms of strength, the Mensa offers a variety of food options, plenty of seating, and stands out with its modern architecture and central location. Among the weaknesses, it only opens from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., depends fully on the campus card, and often has long lines during peak hours. Opportunities for improvement include longer opening hours, integrating digital services, or adding a free microwave or water kettle. Threats may come from external food providers, rising operational costs, and changing eating habits among students.
So this is our blueprint of the ECC dining hall here at Bridgewater, which breaks down every stage of the student dining experience into the five key layers, which are physical evidence, customer actions, on-stage contact, backstage contact, and the support system. Each of these layers plays a critical role in making the ECC function smoothly from both the student and the staff's perspectives. At the very top layer, in orange there, we have physical evidence, which refers to all the tangible elements that students can see, touch, or interact with throughout their dining experience. The first one is exterior parking, which is the first point of contact. It might seem simple, but having accessible parking plays a big role in how convenient and inviting the dining hall is. Next up are the plates and utensils, which are expected to be clean and readily available, and directly affects the customer's perception of hygiene and service quality. After that, we move into the lobby, where students can check in and swipe their ID cards or pay. And after they pay and stuff, they move into the cafeteria area where food is served. And then finally, we have the buffet area, which is central to ECC's self-serve model. And students interact with food displays, sneeze guards, serving utensils, and more. This layer sets the stage for the rest of the customer journey, and it's important to realize how small these physical elements can make or break the experience right off the bat. Our second row, the customer actions, are in the blue, maps out everything the student actively does step by step. Firstly, they arrive at ECC, usually from like a class, commuter, or residence hall. The next step is to check in, which involves scanning their Bear ID card, after which they go and they grab their plates and utensils. And they then grab food from the buffet style setup, which they make choices from the several different food stations that we have throughout ECC. And finally, after eating, they dispose of their dishes at the designated area. These actions are simple, but they rely on everything below them to work seamlessly. If any part of this process breaks down, like the card reader, for example, it negatively impacts the customer's experience. The third row, the gray boxes, is our on-stage contact, which refers to the parts of the process where the students interact directly with the ECC staff. The most and kind of the only visible interaction is at check-in, where they pay or when they swipe with the cashier. This is often a brief but important moment that can affect how welcome and efficient the student feels. It's also one of the only moments where the staff get to directly impact the customer experience through human interaction, whether that's answering a question or offering a smile or helping with a technical issue. After that, we've got backstage contact in the green boxes, which this is kind of the behind the scenes stuff that we're getting into, more operational side of ECC, where while students are eating or cleaning in the line, the chefs are actively cooking food in the kitchen. Their timing, quality, and food safety practices all directly influence how satisfied customers will be. And then after the students are done eating and dispose of their dishes, the dishwashing team steps in to clean and restock, and their efficiency kind of keeps the whole flow going because if there's no dishes, there's no eating. And then finally, we have our support system. In this case, the card reader software is crucial. It processes meal swipes, keeps track of entries, and links to students' meal plans or flex dollars. If this software malfunctions or goes down in any way, uh, students can't really get in, and the whole process is kind of stopped. Thank you.
This is the simplified blueprint of the customer journey in our Mensa. It begins when the customer enter and choose their food from the available options. They then place their meal on a scale where it's weighted to calculate the price. After that, they pay using their campus card. Once paid, they go to the seating area to enjoy their meal. When finished, they return their tray to the tray station and exit the Mensa. In the background, staff members are constantly refilling food, keeping the space clean and supporting the process.
So Sustainable Now here at ECC. So ECC is partnered with Sodexo, and Sodexo is a global food service provider, and they pride themselves on sustainability. Sodexo makes numerous efforts towards sustainability, like reducing their carbon emissions. They do that by shortening the supply chain, by reducing food waste. They do that by food waste composting and recycling, by purchasing and using locally sourced ingredients and materials. So here at BSU, we're partnered with Leslie Farms in Lexington, Mass, with Joe Sikowski Farms in Hindley, Massachusetts, and Steve Orchards in Greenville, Rhode Island. We also do trayless dining. We utilize compostable napkins and to-go green containers to reduce food waste. And also we do pre and post compost or consumer food waste composting.
sustainability is important at Bildungscampus Heilbronn. You can see this in many places. One example is the green roof. It makes the air better and keeps the building cooler in summer. The buildings also have a big glass window. This brings in more sunlight and saves electricity. In the cafeteria, many foods are seasonal, fair trade, or organic. That means they are good for the environment. There are also vegetarian and vegan meals every day. These meals help to protect the planet. The campus has a good recycling system. Paper, plastic, food waste, and other trash are all separated. All of these things shows that the campus wants to be green and take care of the future.
So sustainability suggestions at BSU. We want to invest more in sustainable kitchen machinery, such as machinery that produces less water and less waste energy. Introducing more plant-based meal options that will help reduce carbon emissions, tracking the carbon footprint that we make at ECC, and implementing take-home leftovers that will help reduce food waste, and the use of solar panels, such as like on the roof, and engaging with students to help promote more sustainable living.
To support sustainability at the Mensa, we have developed a few realistic and creative suggestions. First, it's important to waste less food. This could be done by improving, planning, and offering leftover meals the next day at a lower price. It helps avoid food waste and gives students a cheaper alternative. We also suggest encouraging reusable habits in general, for example, by offering takeaway options for those who bring their own containers. Another idea is to invent a green coin system. Students would collect points by choosing sustainable meals, such as plant-based or regional dishes. These points later could be used for discounts or small rewards. We also recommend focusing more on low-processed food. It's healthier and often better for the environment. Finally, we suggest a smart info display for each meal. It would show the origin of the ingredients, the CO2 footprint, and other helpful facts. This makes it easier for students to understand the impact of their food choices and decide more consciously.
Thank you. Let's switch to the next group. Group 4, right? Who will share screen?
I can share it.
Thank you.
So, hello everyone. We are very pleased to welcome you all to our presentation today, which we are giving as a part of the management course. Together with the students from Bridgewater State University, we took a deep look at our cafeterias. So our main questions were, how exactly does the cafeteria operate in its current state? What are its key strengths and what are the weaknesses? And perhaps most importantly, what can improve, especially in terms of sustainability and user friendliness? Through our research, we focus on a variety of important topics: the overall food and the beverage offerings, the service process, seating arrangements, available payment options, and environmental responsibility. We would now like to guide you step by step through our key findings and the suggestions we have developed.
This is very small that you're showing us. It's like a size of a stamp. Parallel, maybe. Parallel. Yeah, that's better. Don't stop. Keep going.
So our Bridgewater State Campus cafeteria is located on the west side of BSU, and they offer numerous tons of breakfast, lunch, and dinner options such as sushi, Mexican food, salad, and pizza. They also have many tables and booth for the seating arrangement options, and there's various payment options such as cash, dining dollar, and meal swipes, credit or debit card, and Apple Pay.
So
The cafeteria on the Heilbronn Education Campus serves as an important and multifunctional meeting place, not only for having something to eat, but also as a space for social interaction and academic collaboration. It is used by students, faculty members, and university staff for a variety of purposes, like ranging from group projects, casual conversations, short breaks, and even as a quiet space for individual studying. There are approximately 80 seats available in total, including some comfortable beanbags, which contribute to a relaxed and welcoming atmosphere. The layout of the tables is very flexible, which means that it's suitable for both group work and individual use. The central location of the service counter allows for efficient access to food and drinks for everyone. So the menu primarily consists of snacks such as muffin, cookies, sandwiches, and cold or hot beverages like coffee, tea, or hot chocolate. One important thing to note is that payment is only possible via the campus card. Other common payment methods like cash or bank cards are currently not accepted. While this can be convenient for some users, it might be a disadvantage for those who forget or don't carry their campus card with them. Next.
Okay, so this is our SWOT analysis for the Bears Den. So for our strengths, we have that there's a variety of food options. We have multiple convenient payment methods for students. It is located on West Campus, so it can be easier for those students to get to it. There are numerous fresh and healthy choices for students to choose from, and we have made-to-go order meals, which can be very convenient. For our weaknesses, there is a limited mention of dietary accommodations for those students who do need those. There can be potential crowding issues due to the size, and there is just a single location for this dining hall, which could make it harder for other students to get to it. For opportunities, we said we should include multiple dietary options for students that need those. We could make it a bit more convenient for students as far as having maybe some more made-to-go order meal choices. We could do marketing and promotions such as maybe discounts for students, and then extending the hours of operation so that students could come if they have class a bit later at night. And then for our threats, we have that there is competition from off-campus, off-campus restaurants. There could be some supply chain issues, some health and safety regulations, and student preferences change all the time, so that could be a threat in the future.
Based on our true observation and research, we created a SWOT analysis tool to better understand the cafeteria situation. Let's start with the strength. One of the most obvious strengths is the cafeteria's highly central location. It is situated right at the heart of the campus, which makes it easily accessible for everyone, wherever they have a short break between lectures or are just passing by. Another strength is the cozy, inviting atmosphere. Thanks to the open seating design, natural light, and comfortable furniture, the space feels very welcoming and encourages people to stay and relax. Additionally, the cafeteria is more flexible than the traditional Mensa in terms of when and how it can be used, students and not bound to specific lunch time.
Of course, there are also some weaknesses that we identified. The food offering is relatively limited. Unlike the Mensa, the cafeteria doesn't serve full meals but focuses slowly on snacks. Another issue is the lack of seating during peak times, especially around lunchtime. It can be quite difficult to find a free spot, which is particularly frustrating for those waiting to collaborate in groups. But these weaknesses also present opportunities. For example, by expanding the menu to include healthier snack choices, fresh salads, or seasonal items, the cafeteria could potentially appeal to an even larger number of students. Moreover, expanding the opening hours could make the cafeteria more accessible, especially for evening events or students who study late into the day.
At the same time, we also identified certain threats. The area around the campus is filled with alternatives, bakeries, supermarkets like Aldi or Rewe, and other cafes offer similar products. Often they provide more variety or even better pricing. Another growing challenge is increasing awareness among students about healthy eating habits. Traditional snacks such as cookies or chocolate bars may no longer meet the expectations of healthy constituents in individuals.
So our service blueprint and or layout of the Bears Den starts off with the customer actions where you arrive at the Bears Den. You can browse different food options, order your food and pay, sit and enjoy your meal, and clean up and exit the dining hall. And then when you get to the line of interaction where it connects to the browse food option, you have a person who walks around, assists students if they need help, and offers various suggestions. And those are the kind of people that you see walking around, like also with the food servers and cashiers, and you also have the cleaning staff that goes around and make sure everything's clean. Then you also have the backstage contact people where you don't really get to see them, but they're in the back kitchen. They have different staff doing prep phases, and you have the chefs and dishwashers. And you also have inventory management where they make sure all the stations have everything they need, so everything flows smoothly. You're not running out of anything. Then you also have the line of internal interaction and support process where you have the food and safety, customer service training, the IT systems for meal plans, and the maintenance of the dining halls and facilities.
So, our blueprint outlines the typical journey that a customer takes when using the cafeteria. The process usually starts with students entering the space, checking their campus card balance at the terminal, selecting something to eat or drink from the self-service station, and then proceeding to pay at the register. Afterwards, they find a seat, either alone or in a group, and spend around 50 to 30 minutes enjoying their break. But behind the scenes, there are many additional actions taking place. Kitchen staff prepare the snacks and refill them as needed throughout the day. The IT system ensures that the campus card payment can be proceeded smoothly. Meanwhile, cleaning personnel are responsible for keeping tables and seating areas clean and hygienic. Other supporting processes in the background include managing food deliveries, onboarding new students into the campus card system, and maintaining the technical infrastructure required for daily operations.
So for sustainability that's happening now at the Bears Den, we said they have various food choices, a lot of different options. They have recycling bins set up. They source local seafood and food to help keep it all fresh. The napkins, they're both compostable and recyclable. There's different plant-based options and vegan options, and they have single-use utensil dispensers.
Sustainability has become an increasingly relevant and essential topic in today's food service industry, especially within education institutions. A great example can be seen in the cafeteria managed by the Studierendenwerk Heidelberg, which has already implemented a variety of impressive sustainable practices. So they use regional and seasonal products whenever possible. This approach helps reduce long transportation routes and seamlessly supports local producers. They also focus on fair trade and organic items, which promote more sustainable farming practices and better working conditions for producers around the world. Vegetarian and vegan dishes are an integral part of the menu, which align well with the growing trend of more consistent and plant-based eating habits among students.
Then for the sustainability suggestions that we had for the Bears Den, we said they could invest in solar panels for the dining hall to save on some energy, maybe implement a food waste tracking program where the dining hall posts daily or weekly waste amounts to raise awareness and encourage more positive change. They could set up a composting program where they could set up bins in both the dining hall and the kitchen areas. They could begin to grow their own fruits and vegetables to keep it local, create a food pantry that students can utilize, offer reusable containers and offer discounts or rewards with those for students who bring their own containers, cups, and bottles, and then maybe upgrade kitchen equipment and switch to more energy efficient dishwashers, refrigerators, and ovens.
One simple step is to reducing weight is to donating leftovers. Another option is to offer students smaller portion sizes, which can help reduce waste before it even happens. Additionally, we can track the amount of food waste at each station and adjust portions accordingly to minimize unnecessary waste. Next, we focus on sustainable sourcing. By purchasing more ingredients from local farmers, we can support the local economy. and reduce transportation emissions. We can also include more plant-based protein options like beans and tofu, which are generally more sustainable than animal-based proteins. When it comes to eco-friendly packaging, then are several measures we can take. First, we can use compostable or reusable packaging. Second, we can encourage students to bring their own containers and mugs by offering discounts, a simple but effective way. And finally, we eliminate single-use plastics such as straws, utensils, and cups at the beer stand and replace them with reusable alternatives. We also want to promote the use of water refill stations. By providing the stations, we encourage students to refill their reusable water bottles instead of buying bottled water, which reduces plastic waste.
When it comes to the cafeteria in Heilbronn, we see several promising approaches that comes make the overall experience more sustainable, more modern, and more appealing to students. Here are some of our concrete suggestions. Implement a reusable cup program. Students who bring their own cup would receive, for example, a 20-cent discount of hot beverage. This would help us disposable waste significantly. Reduce the use of single-use packaging instead of plastic boxes. A returnable container system for to-go meals and could be introduced. Track food waste on a daily basis by measuring how food is discarded to the kitchen or could adapt its portion size and blend more efficiently. Offer more plant-based snacks. Options made from legume, tofu, or vegetables would be reflect current dietary trends. Collaborate with local suppliers. Using more regional products means fresher ingredients, shorter delivery distances, and positive economic impacts on the local community. Raise awareness through visible sustainability communication. Posters, flyers, elsewhere awareness campaigns could encourage students to participate in creating a greener campus.
Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. Next group, please. Group 5. Start.
Right. So then we did Bears Den and Campus Gardens. For Bears Den, the Bears Den dining hall is on the west side of campus. They offer multiple meal options while allowing students to shop for more than just food, but also snacks. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner and healthy snack options. Bears Den actually has breakfast features made to order at our Park Ave. They have fresh salads at Farmers Field, signature poke bowls, sushi, quesadillas, tacos, and they're actually home to the campus favorite pasta toss station. They have a natural fresh fruit section and other healthy options. And Bears Den also allows you to pay in multiple different ways like flex dollars, dining dollars, meal swipes, Apple Pay, card, and cash.
Here's some information about the campus garden. The campus garden is a canteen with self-service at lunchtime and turns to a restaurant with table service in the evening. The restaurant is filled with natural light and light from large windows. The menu changes with the season and offers both seasonal and international and consists healthy and fresh dishes with local ingredients and spirits, hot drinks, beer, and non-alcoholic drinks. The menu includes different options like vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, and the prices are in 3 categories: normal price, employees, and students.
Here's the Bears Den SWOT analysis. Some strengths that we have. Our food is locally sourced, such as snacks and produce. We have a lot of plant-based options at multiple different stations throughout Bears Den. The payment, Bears Den allows you to pay in multiple ways like flex dollars, dining dollars, meal swipes, Apple Pay, card, and cash. Some weaknesses, we use paper plates and plastic utensils, serving trays and cups. The food waste, with a lot of the food in Bears Den being fresh produce, whatever's not eaten does go to waste. Bears Den is usually very busy during peak hours, and it leaves a lot of people frustrated or waiting in long lines. And the location is on the west side of campus, so it's a little inconvenience when a lot of the other A lot of the students live on the other side of campus, which would be the east side.
For opportunities for Bears Den, we have reusable and washable items, with Bears Den being primarily sit down. Ceramic plates and metal utensils could be utilized like in buffet style dining halls. Another opportunity is Meatless Mondays, which is where they would have certain options unavailable, encouraging students to familiarize themselves with more sustainable options. Another opportunity is events, where they could create events to raise awareness of more sustainable opportunities and options. For threats for Bears Den, we have students not taking advantage of sustainable options. We have a lack of on-campus education regarding sustainability in the dining hall. And as we covered before, the location and competitors are a threat because Tilly's is right next to Bears Den, and that is another very popular dining hall.
Speak, please.
Yeah, sorry. The SWOT analysis for the campus garden. At first, the strengths. The campus garden is close to the Bildungscampus and it tries to offer seasonal and sustainable food. It has a flexible offer, like the self-service for breakfast and lunch, a la carte meals in the evening. It has an own website with reservation options and information about events and a variety of offerings. For the weaknesses, the guests are mainly campus visitors, so it's less known outside. The dependence on seasonal ingredients could lead to higher costs and limited menu choices, and the price level could be more expensive for students than classic canteen offers. For the opportunities are, for example, events and special nights and online marketing. For online marketing, for example, using social media. For the threats, our threats are, for example, rising demand for vegetarian and vegan food. That means that the restaurant have to adapt its menu and competition.
On the blueprint manual of Campus Garden, we start with the customers who are part of the physical events. The customer arrives at the Campus Garden. He then looks for a seat and looks at the menu card. They then place an order and the order is processed. The order is then brought to the table. After finishing the meal, the customer pays the bill. The first 3 points are indicative for customer actions. After placing the order, the customer waits for the meal. Once the meal has been delivered to the customer, begins to eat and then pays the bill. The waiter takes the order in the international line, prepares the order in the line of sight, and brings the food to the customer. After payment, the table is cleared for the next customer. In the national interaction line, preparations are made for the customers at the end and beginning, for example, cleaning tables and preparing plates. The order placed is registered and the dishes are washed after the table has been cleared.
So this is the Bears Den blueprint. So let's look at the customer's action. So the customer arrives at the Bears Den. They get a seat, look at the food options, grab food that interests them. They go buy the food or go take a seat and eat. And then they throw away their trash and exit the dining hall. Some line of interactions. Workers help guide students to decide what they want to eat alongside they make their food as well. People make the food on site, such as like cooks and stuff. Cashiers also check people out. There's janitors that clean tables, and there's maintenance people that fix things that are broken in the dining hall area. Again, chefs prepare meals and cook the food in the kitchens. Dishwashers also clean the dishes inside the kitchen. Some line of interaction for support systems is food safety and customer service training, IT systems for meal plans, and maintenance of dining hall facilities. and that's the Bears Den blueprint.
So for sustainability, now for BSU as a whole, trayless dining is something that the ECC has done in order to reduce food waste, and it also conserves water and energy for washing the trays. A lot of the dining facilities utilize compostable napkins and also provide recyclable single-use containers that can also contribute to reducing a lot of the waste. BSU also focuses on serving responsibly sourced fish and seafood that's local to New England, and also locally sourced ingredients by just farms in general. And something that also was interesting was the permaculture garden at BSU, which was created in collaboration with the food pantry and some of the surrounding dining halls to promote sustainability and healthy eating.
Something that would prove beneficial to BSU sustainability in general would be offering discounts to students who bring in their own reusable cups and bottles for drinks. And during the daytime hours, use natural lighting to cut down on overall energy consumption for BSU and expand the menu with more plant-based options for people with specific preferences, and also to donate a surplus of food to surrounding communities, and students can be encouraged to help those in need.
Let's start with sustainability. Now, campus garden. Now, plastic consumption. There are paper straws as an alternative. Increased use of natural daylight instead of artificial light, and vegan and vegetarian menus. Seasonal food and local resources are used. Leftover food is not wasted but shared among employers. And on the point from suggestions, energy efficiency, all food waste is composted. People should bring their own dishes and cutlery. And people should use pasta straws like in the high-end cafeteria. Workshops and events are also organized on the topic of sustainability, living sustainability talks, and last but not least, labels show the origin of ingredients, seasonality, regionality, and efforts to reduce their ecological footprint.
Okay, thank you very much. You made it in time, so speeding up. Last group now, group 6.
Okay.
Okay, Jose. All right, this is our Coil project with HHN.
This is the background to the Dining Hall Bildungscampus. The Dining Hall Bildungscampus had its grand opening on the 18th of March 2020. It is managed by the Studierendenwerk Heidelberg. The dining hall itself is located in the underground of the central courtyard and offers both indoor and outdoor seating. It is open from Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. However, it works only from 11 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. The dining hall's payment options are both cash and the campus card.
We did ours on East Campus Commons, or ECC. ECC underwent an expansion in 2005, adding 320 seats, which makes it the biggest dining hall on BSU's campus. It's also open the longest, so it's the most available to students throughout the day. And you can pay with Apple Pay, your meal plan swipes, dining dollars, flex cards, cash credit. And then it's a buffet style, so it's all you can eat once you get in.
Now we come to the point SWOT analysis. This is a SWOT analysis of the dining hall at the Bildungscampus in Heilbronn. The dining hall has several strengths, such as a modern design with natural light and solar panels, a buffet system for flexible portioning, and a menu that includes vegan, vegetarian, and meat options. The space is also used for studying in the afternoons. On the other hand, there are some weaknesses. It's only open on weekdays, located underground, which might feel less open. You are mainly depend on the campus card, and external visitors require a guest card. During peak hours, students often experience long waiting times. There are opportunities to extend the service to evenings or weekends and to develop a digital app for pre-orders and shorter waiting times. Catering services could also open up new sources of income. However, there are some threats, such as shifting eating habits towards delivery services. Rising ingredient prices could lead to higher meal costs, strong competition from local food options like supermarkets and coffees, and a possible decline in student numbers, which may reduce overall demand.
And for our strengths, for our SWOT analysis at East Campus Commons at Bridgewater State, our strengths, they're open 7 days a week with consistent hours that consist of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And they accept multiple payment options such as meal swipes, dollars, credit, debit, as well as Apple Pay, which was a new addition. There's a wide variety of vegetarian options as well as the options for students with allergies to certain foods. The green containers that offer sustainability practices. And for our weaknesses, people could say that there's inefficient waste management, and they do close earlier than some students would prefer who are athletes or who work late hours. And yep, the inefficient food waste management. And for opportunities, awareness of food proportions, measuring waste and utilizing technology to the best of their ability, and convenient location on campus, which is basically centralized in the middle of campus. And then finally, our threats, students that are against sustainability practices, competition from other nearby colleges, and strong options that offer a competitive advantage to surrounding locations.
And this is the service blueprint to the dining hall Bildungscampus. The Agen's dining hall service blueprint goes like this. First, the customer arrives in a dining hall. Then, right by the entrance, they can check if they have enough money on the campus card on one of the loading stations. If they don't have enough, they can add money on it. In the waiting and buffet area, the on-stage contact person fills a tray with the food that the customer has picked out. And in the backstage, the chef organizes and prepares the meal. The customer then has to weigh and pay for the meal they have picked out. The on-stage contact person can offer to help them if necessary. Then the customer pays with either cash or campus card. After sitting and enjoying the meal, the customer brings their tray to the return conveyor, which the chefs take in order to wash the dishes and separate waste.
Nick, go on.
This is our service blueprint for the ECC. First, you have to enter the ECC. When entering the ECC, you have to give your card to the lady or gentleman at the front desk after you get greeted. Once you get your card, it gets swiped. You are able to walk by and pick up the utensils and dinnerware that you need. After you pick up what you need, you can walk around and grab whatever food you would like to eat and also a drink as well. When you are done grabbing your food and drinks, you can find a seat to sit down at and enjoy your meal. Once you finish, you must clean up after yourself and put everything on the conveyor belt where the dirty utensils and silverware go. Finally, after that, you are able to walk out and enjoy the rest of your day and or night.
Now we come to the point sustainability practices now. The dining hall at Bildungscampus follow several sustainable practices. They use a reusable container system to reduce waste and offer many plant-based meals to support vegetarian and vegan choices. Most dishes like pasta, dressings, desserts, and salads are homemade. They also focus on fair trade and regional ingredients. Meat comes from farms with animal welfare level 3 or 4. Finally, there's a water station and only glass bottles are used, helping to cut down on plastic.
Our current sustainability practices that we have at East Campus Commons is they offer green to-go containers. They also are big into composting the food. At the waste bins, they have separate recycling bins from the trash bins. Also, whenever they use paper products in the dining hall when they're not using their actual dining ware, all of it is compostable. And they give you the ability to portion your own meal based on how hungry you are. So if you only want a little bit, you only take a little bit. And then also, they will repurpose their frying oil for fuel, so they'll send it off to a different company so that they can use it for various ways of different fuel.
Now we come to the point sustainability practices suggestions. To further improve sustainability, several practical suggestions can be implemented at the dining hall on the building's campus. First, the strength of the dining hall, like the existing vegan and regional menu options, should be actively promoted. This can be done through posters, QR code menus, and digital marketing to raise awareness and encourage eco-friendly food choices. To address current weaknesses such as limited food availability outside of opening hours, eco-vending machines could be introduced. This would offer healthy, sustainable snacks and meals for students during evenings or weekends. Opportunities include launching a pre-order and feedback app. This would help reduce food waste and waiting times while also improving the dining experience. The dining hall could also expand sustainable catering services for campus events, like using electric vehicles. To stand out from delivery services, the dining hall could create a strong green image with the good-to-go options, with eco-friendly packaging, a green label for sustainable meals, and even green delivery options. In addition, one simple idea is to place plant-based dishes at the start of the buffet line, since studies show these dishes are more likely to be chosen first.
Another idea we came up with for the sustainability is the manual return station with their separation, as we thought that the conveyor, while efficient, uses far too much energy. It would also influence our blueprint, as no longer do chefs need to separate waste themselves. A green loyalty card is an idea to give an incentive to students to choose a vegan or vegetarian option instead of a meat one. The idea is that every time a student chooses a vegan or vegetarian option, they'd get a stamp. With enough stamps, a student can trade them in for a free meal. Next idea to improve our dining hall sustainability is zero waste days, where once a week, everything from packaging to ingredients would be waste free. Edible dinnerware is another idea we came up with in order to raise sustainability. The idea is to trade in used dinnerware for edible or compostable one. Another idea would be events where students can co-create sustainable menus with chefs, not only to raise sustainability, but also enjoy nice meals. An idea we really liked from the BSU is the recycling and reusage of cooking oil as fuel and an energy source for a plethora of things.
Now, looking at sustainability suggestions practices for ECC, we talked about tablets located at the exit in order for students to give their feedback on their experience. There are feedback tablets around the dining hall already, but it would be convenient to have them at the exits as well, so students are more likely to see them when leaving. We came up with the idea to create an app for students to track compost and waste, along with feedback options and how their experience was. Raising awareness about sustainability through social media, the BSU website, and even events around campus, getting students involved with incentives would also be beneficial. Using environmentally friendly cleaning supplies throughout the dining hall, which would create a cleaner and healthier dining hall environment. Investing in solar panels and other renewable energy sources could move us in the right direction as well. Lastly, working with local businesses to get students involved in sustainability practices through events and other activities. This is not only beneficial to the school, but also to the community to create a bigger connection and help us move forward with sustainability practices. And here are our sources that we used. Thank you.
This was fantastic on time. And this was the most fast person I heard talking in my life was, I don't know who it was because it said Molly and it was certainly not Molly, but that was great. No, there was a guy. So it was fantastic. So we are almost there yet. That's the end.
Yeah. So for our BSU students, don't forget your homework will be due next Tuesday. And our HHN students, you did such a wonderful job to collaborating with our BSU students. And hopefully we can meet sometime along the way, in person along the way, right? So thank you so much for the whole semester. It's a wonderful collaboration. Any students want to get exchanges through email, WhatsApp. That's really by you. Yeah, thank you.
Come and visit us. You can come and study in Germany.
Thank you.
Cheaper.
It was fun.
Everyone.
Well,
Right,
also
Fred?
welcome. HHN students come to visit us. Yeah,
Yeah.
you always have that one person could be, right? I don't know what's the final contract. Yeah, thank you.
So I press stop now and I will load up the
We have another
video on YouTube.
We have another
Mhm.
See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.
Thank you.